year when you guys, the big teams, the ranked teams, you weren't really able to compete. And this year, even when you're losing, you're competing. What's the biggest difference for you guys?
I think you should have a way better team chemistry. I know like one thing that we worked on a lot these last 10 days is passing the bat and kind of feeling that connection all the way through the line of like 1 through 9, and it's not even 1 through 9. It's obviously 1 through 18. So knowing that each player has each other's back, and knowing that even though we are losing to ranked teams, it's close games, and that's what it's going to be like in the World Series too. So
it seems like that mentality is also in the circle too, because last year you guys gave up some early runs and then you didn't get away. This year you're keeping your team.
Keeping the ball, or for pitchers, it's kind of keeping our hitters in it, and that's the name of the game at this level is keep your offense in it as long as possible. So for me, my job is to just make sure that I'm letting my defense work behind me and letting my offense come up and score big runs.
During that trip, you said that put in there against Florida State, I think you guys were down 6-1. Two scoreless innings and come back there. Can you talk about her performance during this trip?
Oh, it was huge. I think obviously seeing something from the other side as well, her being a lefty, it's a different look, but her mentality also is she's confident, she's calm, she just throws the ball hard, and that's very helpful when you're into tight situations like that. So kudos to her, she did really well.
You found success. You found success in the box lately.
Yeah.
You talk about your mentality.
I think I was kind of in my head a little bit at the beginning of the season, and I said in Arkansas, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go up there, see the ball all the way in, and make something happen. Swing hard, make something happen. But that's it. Yeah.
What was it very much for you in tackle and I think you won softball award as well?
It was cool. I didn't really know until I was like doing my homework yesterday, and then I got like, oh, like congratulations, like what, like on what? But it's a cool honor to have, and I've had a lot of my teammates have it, so it's fun. It's cool. I'm glad I can help my team any way I can though. So.
Anything else? All right.
Oh, well, one thing, your health, it's a lot better this year. Just mentally, not physically, but mentally, how does that help you to know that you're healthy?
I think one thing, and I was just talking about today with Izzy, is that finding joy in the failure. Like being able to fail, but also being excited. Like I just failed, and I get to learn from that. And, I get to go do it again. I get to go have one more at bat. I get to have one more inning in the circle. It's coming back and having that fire, but coming back even harder. It's about the comeback, and it's about the bounce back. So I think finding success after you fail, and challenges are a gift. And one thing that I love is that I've heard before is that pressure is a privilege. So I think coming from that mentality, and especially coming off of this last weekend where we faced really good competition, I'm excited to get after it this weekend and also in Pac-12 conference.
So first, Chaz, how's she doing?
She's doing good. Today she has a concussion and she's getting impact tested, I believe after practice today. She's going to run through some drills. Got knocked in the head in the BP and just had some symptoms, so we took it easy on her. Yeah.
Overall thoughts from the weekend in Arkansas for improved, a lot of competitive games?
Yeah, I was happy to get in their environment where they were comfortable and in front of their home fans, and definitely competitive games. And we have a team right now that's just like kind of tapping on the door, waiting to bust through, and just a lot of good tools, a lot of good things, but just have to take that next step and like actually complete some games. And the biggest thing is we had so many opportunities, and we're putting ourselves in the right situations. It's just executing.
And that competitiveness, the whole road trip.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about Clearwater a little bit? Not too much of that.
Well, I think the whole 10-day swing was huge for us, and we had quite literally everything thrown at us, which is exciting to see for February. We faced some of the best pitching in the country. We saw one of the best rise balls, one of the best drop balls, one of the best changeups. So it's nice to do that right off the bat and kind of see how they respond. And really now this week, knowing what we have to work on. When you roll into the opening weekend at home, you're comfortable, you play well. you don't learn a lot about yourself. So week 2 and 3 really taught us about what we have to do to get better. And that's exciting for that to happen before we get into conference season, and we have games before that to prepare.
And as far as getting better, we've seen the dad's K rate like kind of stay right.
Yeah.
What does she need to do? What is happening to you?
Well, I think she needs to trust herself a little bit more. I think that, it's a different kind of vibe when, you have a really good season and you feel like you should be somewhere. And here's the thing, she's hitting 300 and she's taking care of business when she doesn't feel good. And that's what's important to me is, what do you do when you're not seeing the ball well? But today we're having a practice working on, offense and tracking and all sorts of things. But here's the thing, it's very cool to see people step up, when it's their turn. And I thought, our bright spot was a lot of our freshmen coming through in clutch situations when not all of us were feeling great. And winning games really when our strikeout rate was high. So yeah, we have a lot of, approach things to work on at the plate, but then figuring out a way is what I was most impressed with.
And then in the circle, Aisa really showed up in Florida. She had one rough outing, but overall very good performance. What can you say about that?
Just so excited. And development's a funny word because she's been here since January. So, we haven't had a lot of time with her. She's a true competitor and she goes right at people. And, I was impressed from day one in her squad when she came in and she was like, didn't put names to faces. It was just like, I'm going at you. I'm playing softball like I know how. So excited about her. I thought Sydney had a really good road trip. Just went right at people. She's getting herself healthy and stronger every single day. And Devyn's just being Devyn. And I didn't honestly think she even had her best stuff in Arkansas, but she competed her butt off, which is what she does best.
Is it a foot? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, it's a leg thing, but really just trying to get her strongest self, as we head into conference.
Devyn's had success hitting lately. What are you seeing for her when she steps into the box?
She competes, and I think when she gets mechanical and thinks too much, we see her go downwards in the pitching era and hitting. So I think she just has that competitive edge about her. She goes out and she wants to beat a pitcher, just like she wants to beat a hitter. And now that she's healthy, she looks like her strongest, most confident version of herself right now. And I think that spreads to our team too.